everybody? Billy Bob here, and it's Thirsty Thursday. And we'll get going in a minute. We're going to give everybody just a couple minutes to join on in. It was kind of a late invite. So we'll give some people a chance, and I'm going to do a little work here while we're doing this. So hang tight, hang loose. It is Thirsty Thursday. As some people would call it, it's Friday Junior. I would say at this point in the day, it's Friday Eve. So let's see here. Let me try something. Oh, yep, there I am. And let's see. I want to go to my mail while we're doing this. Let's see. Could probably figure this out. Oh, that's a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. So I hope you had a good Thursday. I did. I mean, I was at the JOB. So, it's the JOB, right? Where did I go? There I am. And I'm about 45 seconds delay on Facebook. So if you're messaging me, then I might not see it right away. There's Richard Nardikia. I did see you, Richard. Hi, how are you? How are things in Vermilion, Ohio? Thanks for joining too, Richard, by the way. Let's see here. I got to go to my inbox, but I don't want to go to my inbox. I want to go to the story. Where is it? I got to find this. Some might say I was unprepared, but I got to find this story. Let's see. Let's see. If I do this and I do that. No. Come on. Crazy driver. See, Stony Brook, flash. Here we go. So it was a crazy day at work. Not crazy, but just a little crazy. So let's see here. I'm going to pull this up. And then we got to pull up the story now that I'm doing this. Hey, the weather was kind of weirdo today, kind of on, kind of off. It was windy, but, cloudy. But you know what? The weekend's going to be beautiful. And the Masters is on, right? So I did not even watch. Where am I looking? Over here? Over there? Yeah. And I did not even watch any of it. Of course, I was at the JOB. But for you folks, okay, let me cancel that deal. So for you folks that aren't in the know, that the Masters now is starting early on Thursday and Friday on Prime. So if you have Prime, then you go Prime, and the Masters is starting early, meaning at 1 o'clock. Right? So 1 o'clock in the afternoon, rather typically on a Thursday or Friday, the Masters start about 5, not the 3:30 time that it used to. Now, the weekends typically are starting earlier. So typically around 1, 2 o'clock. So Richard says, all good in Vermilion. Cooking fillets for dinner. Oh, filet. That's awesome, Richard. We cook fillets for Easter Sunday. And so hopefully, Richard, let me know. Is there flooding there in Vermilion? Is there a chance of flooding? I know sometimes when there's a lot of snow and the river freezes over and the lake, then you get the ice jam right there by, I don't know, it's not called McGarvey's anymore, but there's the Quaker Steak and Lube. There's the Vermilion Yacht Club, all that stuff going on. So tell me, is there the chance of flooding this year? Do we need the icebreakers to come down and break up the ice? I'm going to break up the conversation with the Billy Bob Big Beautiful Billy Bob Bud Light just right. Hey, we're going to get the topic here in a little bit. Like, did the devil make her do it? That's what this night's show is all about. But before that, and I do have like skull and bones, right? Skull and crossbones. Hey, I have this thing. I got a new pair of shoes, right? Baby got a new pair of shoes. I got some Brooks. Brooks are good shoes, I think. I have Brooks Glycerin 21, and I wanted to get a new pair. I had this through work. I was able to get limited time only percent off. I got a pair of Brooks Glycerin 23s. So they had 23s and 23 GTS. One was supposedly a little more support than the other because if your feet pronate, or walk, they pronate when you walk, which means your heels kind of go in. So then there is different stuff. So I just got the regular Brooks. Well, last Friday I wore them. I wore them for about 6 hours. I wore them a little bit before I went to work, but then I wore them for 6 hours at work. And you may not know this, but we stand all day, 8 hours, concrete, walking around. And so you need some good damn shoes, right? And I left them loose, but then and they were kind of like, kind of weebles wobble. They go a little bit this way, that way. But I tightened one up, but I didn't tighten the other up. And then my foot started, it didn't happen till like Sunday. And of course, I work part of the day Saturday too, duh. And anyway, so my foot, the ball of my foot, and if you don't know where the ball of your foot is, I'll help you out here. Right there, right in here. That's the ball. That's the bottom of the ball, right in there. So you can see it's a little red, right? So it's called like something like metatarsitis, or because your foot's got metatarsals in them, and but it's like this little aggravation. And it says it comes from either walking funny, which I am goofy, but I don't walk funny, or your shoes aren't supporting you properly, blah blah blah. Excuse me. So what does it say? The answer, the remedy for that is, okay, ice on your foot or cold pack, right? Take drugs, and not drugs like acetamine, Tylenol, acetaminophen, Tylenol, and stay off your feet and or elevate your feet. It's probably and. So, okay. Yesterday I put some ice because I had the JE. I was in there 8 to 4, right? So I put ice pack on my foot for a while. I took some Tylenol for it, went to bed. Good stuff. But then then they go, oh, rest your foot. Well, yeah, I rested it, but I was on my feet for 8 hours. So whatever. We'll put a little ice on it. And then we got to go back to the JOB tomorrow and maybe a little more, but hopefully not too much more. But anyway, so Richard says no flooding this year, all clear. And that is a great thing because those homes in Vermilion, especially about around the lagoons, are right there on the water. And it don't take a whole lot for flooding to happen. So that's a good thing. All right, Richard, make sure you're watching those steaks. Hopefully you like them like medium rare. You don't want to overdo fillets, right? You do. People will tell me that when you're cooking, I'll cook steak and I go, oh man, this is really great. And I go, well, thank you. Here's the deal. I had a great piece of meat and I didn't F it up. I didn't overcook it. So if you're not overcooking your steaks or your meat, then you're doing a good job. Better to take it off a little early than overcooking it. You can always put it back on. There's a lot of things you can do. But anyway, we probably should get to the topic of the day. Do we want to get to the topic of the day? The topic of the day is, did the devil make her do it? And this was on I think it was on a Cincinnati station, Local 12. I don't know if that's Cincinnati or wherever it's from. I thought it was. But anyway, WKRC. as opposed to WKRP. But this happened in Longwood, Florida. I froze up. Did I freeze up? I think I'm frozen. Oh, but I'm not frozen on my phone. So I'm just frozen on my computer. Anyway, so we'll keep on talking because that's what I do well, talk. So this happened in Longwood, Florida, which isn't far from where Mrs. Billy Bob and I lived. So there's Longwood, there's Altamont Springs, there's Longwood, and then there's Lake Mary. And we lived in Lake Mary for a long time. And then we moved here to Venice. But anyway, in Longwood, Florida, there was a woman, we got her name, Jill Sinay, Sinay, Snay. She was taken into custody and she's accused of striking multiple people with a vehicle in a church parking lot on Easter Sunday. I don't know. Maybe she didn't take communion. Maybe she didn't like communion. Maybe she drank too much wine at communion. Somebody said that Boone's Farm. I don't know that I could read you all the some of the comments. Maybe I will. Where did my screen go? It went blank. The good news is you're still seeing me. Oh, here we go. We're back. My screen's back. Yada, yada, yada. All right. But according to the Seminole County Sheriff's Office, this woman was taken into custody after she allegedly struck a staff member from the church in the parking lot and then an off-duty deputy who was directing traffic, for people trying to get the hell out. It's a big church. I know the church. I think it's right there by I'm almost positive it's right there by the Post Time Lounge. I know. Maybe she went. I doubt that she went to the Post Time Sunday morning before Easter Sunday, but you never know. The Northland Church. So the off-duty cops working traffic control. The ones, in the parking lot. There's a parking lot staff member trying to direct traffic, probably like, you got to go this way, lady. Go this way. And she's like, I'm going that way. I mean, it's Easter Sunday, for God's sake. Let's take a chill pill. I mean, we're celebrating the resurrection. And anyway, so she had a collision. Then she approached the deputy, or the deputy approached her vehicle and ordered her to stop, right? Like, what's a stop right there? I got to know right now. But anyway, she decided, I'm not stopping. Matter of fact, I'm accelerating. And she struck the deputy and then she fled the area. Well, none of this ends well for the person doing all this crap. So they chased her down, lights and sirens, as they say, sirens, as we say in the South. And they stopped her at an intersection. And what does she do? They get her out of the car and she starts kicking and scratching and biting the deputies. I mean, she's possessed, right? She's the devil. The devil made me do it. Who was that? Flip Wilson, right? The devil made me do it. I don't know. What do you think? I'm going to read you, if I can find this here. Let me look. Let's see if I can find some of the comments about the crazy lady. Is this why they use grape juice instead of wine for communion now? Maybe they didn't. An Easter egg gone wrong. Is that like Spring Breakers gone bad or whatever? Remember that show? Did the Boone's Farm? Did they give Boone's Farm at the Sunday service? It's always those eyes. Let's see. View more comments. Here we go. See if I can view more. All right. See if we find one. Only in Florida. Not true. Not true. I got to disagree with that one. The church lady says, could it be Satan? Well, I said that too. Looks like Freddie's mom. All right. At least she went to church. Looks like Lord Farquhar. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? All right. See if I can find another one here. few more comments. All right. So far, we're not just trying to get to the restaurant before the church crowd lines up. Okay. When Karen attacks, yes, she gives the stuck up lady off of over the hedges vibe. I don't know what that means. Her eggs are cracked. Ooh, I don't know. What eggs are we talking about here, folks? Surprised her hair ain't purple, pink, or blue. Now that's yep. And with that dark brown hair, maybe she's got some what would you put in there? Blue. Anyway, that's kind of what it is. Some of these comments are pretty stupid, just like the driver herself. I can't find one. It was the deviled eggs. There you go. Yes. Churchgoers in Florida are built different. Well, I don't know. Is Florida woman versus Florida man the next bout? Well, I guess. Maybe. Anyway, we'll get rid of that. Let's widen this out. And that's what it's about. I did the live show tonight for a couple reasons. One, I thought it would be fun. It is Thirsty Thursday. And I'm practicing, right? Y'all are part of the practice. Practice? We talking about practice? You know, Allen Iverson. Hey, Kimberly from the Keys. I don't know. Are you still in the Keys? She sold her house. I saw that. So I don't know if she's still in the Keys or on the mainland. Anyway, we're doing a show, probably going to do a show next Wednesday. We're going to bring on Mika Hanna from the Illuminati show. Mika is a great studier of Ohio State recruiting and transfer portal stuff. And so I thought Mika, at this point, she's available. I may get usurped, or what do they call that? Not usurped, but preempted. I may get preempted. She may have something more important. I don't know what it could be, but she might. But we're scheduling for next Wednesday a live show before the spring game, because the Ohio State spring game is on April 18th. So mark that on your calendar. But we got the Masters this week. What is the Masters saying? What does Jim Nance say? A something like none other. I don't know. I should have looked it up before, but I didn't. The azaleas should be in full bloom. They keep them covered to keep the blooms down until Masters come. Then they keep them warm. Then they uncover them, get the blooms. And the rain is supposed to stay out of the forecast, so the blooms won't be knocked off by the rain. The folks there are getting ready to enjoy. They still have cheap food there, inexpensive food. And they're famous for the egg salad sandwich, the pimento sandwich. Don't bring your phone, or if you bring it, silence it, because if you don't silence your phone and it goes off, you are getting the boot. Das Boot. They're kicking you out. So, they're tough there. There are no fans. They're only patrons. So it's a privilege and an honor to be a patron at the Masters. Now, I don't know who you want to win, but I'd like to see either Scotty Scheffler or I think Bryson DeChambeau is playing really well. John Rahm's playing pretty well too. Both guys are on the Live Tour. They were in a shootout a couple weeks ago. So I think, and Brooks Koepka is back. He left Live. He came back to the PGA. You got the returning or the defending champ, Rory. Justin Thomas hadn't been playing as great lately, but, he's played great in the Masters. So there's a bunch of guys. Jason Day hadn't done a lot lately, but he's played well there. Trying to think who else. You guys pitch in. Sitting all about me, you know. You guys could say something about who you think might win the Masters. I don't know where the hell my brother Foxy Bob is. Well, I know where he is. He's out on Long Island doing a job out there in Long Island at Security Dodge with JJ Vigorito. So I don't know JJ a long time when he was a dealer of mine for our electric vehicles. But so I digress. That's what I got. If you got any extra tips other than what I said, you know, for the remedy for my whatever they call that, the ball of my foot, it feels actually a little better now. Something maybe I'll just keep drinking. But here's the problem if you keep drinking. Alcohol creates inflammation. Pain is caused by inflammation. So ice and some like acetaminophen reduces inflammation. So I'm probably not going the right direction, but I've been going in the wrong direction every once in a while for quite a while. But usually Mrs. Billy Bob keeps me on track and going in the right direction. My buddy Billy Bad's dad used to say when somebody would go, I'm on the right track now, and he would say, are you going in the right direction? Makes way too much sense, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to let you go. Oh, now my brother Foxy Bob is on. Now I see he's watching. I don't know. Is he at a place where I could bring him on? I don't know. Tell me, Foxy. I'll send you a link. Let's see. Bring them on. Let's see. I could send him a request. What's the worst thing he could do is say no. I don't know if that would bring him on or not. Let's see. Might have to try something different here, folks. Just pay attention. Got to find the link. You remember Link from the Mod Squad? Was it Clarence Williams the third? Anybody remember that dude? Let's see. Let's see if I can send him a link. What was it? Link, Peggy Lipton. Well, Peggy Lipton was the blonde, and then I forgot the other dude's name. Nardakia. Richard would probably remember everybody from the Mod Squad. He's that old. So, anyway, my broham's probably not in the position where he can end or jump on. Yeah. I'm looking at it says end stream. Well, the stock market was up today for like the third, fourth day in a row. So all of us retired folks with IRAs and stuff. Let's see. Here we go. We might have him.
Hello.
There he is. There's. Are you riding in the car?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I see. Well, because you're not in Europe, so you're not on driving from the left-hand side or the right-hand side.
No, I'm in the left-hand seat wherever I may be. I'm in the left.
How can you be in the left-hand seat? The driver's on the left when you're. Well, are you looking in or looking out?
I'm looking out.
Well, then you're on the right side of the car.
No. If I'm looking out, I'm on the left side of the car. I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't know. My hands.
Where's the steer? Wait. Where's the steering wheel?
On the left-hand side.
Okay. There, answered your question.
So you're on the right.
No, I'm not on the right.
So you're driving.
I didn't say that out loud, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the left hand.
Are you on Long Island?
Long Island, yes.
Yeah. So how's JJ today? Did you see
J-
JJ?
yep, JJ is good.
All right.
You know, the Amityville is doing okay. We got some sunshine, although it's a little brisk here today.
That's right, folks. Uh, JJ Security Dodge is in Amityville, New York. Why is that important? Because that's where the Amityville horror was filmed. And has JJ taken you by the Amityville house? Have you been by it?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yes indeed.
It's kind of one that you wouldn't know if you didn't know,
Right.
right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
So,
you wouldn't go, oh wow, okay, now I get it. Yeah, it's but
so you're in Long Island. Is it? You said it's brisk, but it's sunny,
it is sunny.
according to what I'm seeing there.
Yeah, hold on. Okay.
All right.
Woo. At least I'm not driving. But I saw that you were on and I just jumped on real quick to see what you were doing, what you were talking about, because I didn't know you were going to be on.
Oh well, I'm talking about. Did the devil make her do it? You didn't hear it. This
No.
crazy woman in Longwood, Florida, that she's leaving church, this big church, Northland Church, right next door to the Post Time Lounge. I don't think the Post Time was open though before service. I've
Okay.
been there many times. Cool place, but right across from the Greyhound track, by the way. And she ran into the parking lot attendant, and then she tries to elude him, and a cop tries to stop her. She runs into him, and then they finally stop. She leaves the parking lot. They stop her finally, and she's kicking and scratching and biting and clawing and every damn thing.
Hold on a
So
second. Hold on. I might have a
he might
oh,
have a.
Nicole just texted. She tried to call me when I was connecting with you. And she tried to call me. She says she just texted me. She just found $100 on the ground. So
Oh,
let me
that's that,
let me call.
that's Foxy Bob's one daughter, Nikki Doodle. She just found $500.
Let me call her and find out where she's at and what's going on. Jen's
Why
worried it's a
you? Why
trap.
you going to try and do a money grab here? What's going on? What are you?
No, I just need.
Give it to me.
Jen's
Give it to
worried.
me, honey. Give it to me, honey. I'll take care of it for you.
No, Jen's worried it's a trap. You know, hey man, there's all
Oh,
kinds of crazy
all
shit.
right. I'll
So
let you go.
see,
We'll let you go. All right. Keep us updated. Keep us
we'll
posted.
keep you posted.
All right. There's Foxy Bob. He's out. His daughter Nikki Doodle, my niece, and I don't know. He's frozen now. We got to get him off of there. Let's see how we get him off. We'll get him off. There we go. He's out. And you know what? I'm out. I'm going. I'm going to go eat dinner. What am I going to have? I got some, man, I was at Publix today and they had some really good looking catfish. You know, the pre made, already cornmeal, done. And I like catfish. Really good. I got a bunch extra. I usually get a couple pieces. There were 6 pieces in there. I go, I'll take all 6. So I'm going to go eat. Enjoy your evening. America, land of the free because of the brave. Stay focused, America. Billy Bob, peace out.